Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Terra Invicta, episode number 23 in this very bizarre series that has been extremely disjointed due to a 3-month pause in the middle. But hey, I am a dedicated person, I always want to finish these series. And this game, I have already mentioned it, but it's not a game that you can just restart. You really gotta keep going. So it's been almost 2 weeks since the end of the last video. So basically no time has really gone by. Thought I'd bring us back in because I did get this HAB module finished. There's also another interesting development, but so we got this space station. It currently has these space docks. This is going to be our main shipyard area, so we're going to go ahead and... Oh, we don't have them... Yeah, right, so we need to upgrade the solar panels first. That means it's going to be underpowered for a moment. These will give us a total of 84. The shipyards are going to take up 40 each, so you can kind of do the math on this pretty easily. We're not going to have really any left over. But that's okay, we'll just build more solar panels. Right, they're exactly where they were just a moment ago, Tortuga. They haven't moved. Alright, fair enough. Alright, so 42, and what are we going to be building here? Well, I think we'd be remiss if we didn't get these layered defense arrays. And this is basically just a one-to-one mapping with the solar panels. So, layered defense over on this side, we won't have the energy. That's fine, we'll get the energy second instead of first. Man, I don't know why these solar arrays are so hard for me to find. And then if we want to do anything else with this station, we're going to have to keep increasing the solar arrays. I'm going to leave just 2 layered defenses for now. I think that should be at least enough to discourage small forces. And I'm not sure. So there are a couple things that I'm considering right now. If we go with a nano factory, that'd be kind of fun. It's going to take a while for it to boot up. That's the downside, of course. Could also go with some farms, which will just decrease the usage of this station. I mean, it has like no usage right now because... I mean, actually, I don't even know. It doesn't... So this is my problem with the farms, is they only reduce the total usage by like 10 a month. So that's, you know, 1/3 of a point. 0.4. Let's just round up, be very generous, and let's call it 0.4. 0.4 per farm. I mean, that's good, but we don't really need it. So I'm going to leave that off the table for now. You know, I'm just going to leave it like this. What's the interesting development? Well, I did pick my research, and I guess this gives me an opportunity to just very quickly show you what our plan is. I had been staring at the drive chart. I don't know if it's changed because there have been patches and lots of updates. And probably some things have been balanced, but this notion of us going to proton-proton fusion is it's probably too ambitious. But no matter what we do, though, no matter what we're going to do, we're going to need the magnetic nozzles. It just so happens that magnetic nozzles requires the magnetic force manipulation, requires superconducting magnets, which requires It requires magnetic plasma confinement, which requires magnetic force manipulation, which also requires the magnets, and the magnets are required by this. So there we have it. These are the 3 techs we need before we can get magnetic nozzles. We've already researched the other ones we might need. Now, Z-pinch is only one technology off of magnetic plasma confinement, which we need. So I think we might end up just going with the Z-pinch technique, and then if we want to dive, I'd love to dive into the full tree, so if you don't mind indulging me for just a moment. Not point defense this time, we're going to look up the Firefly torch. I have not even looked this up, so for some reason I don't know why I didn't actually finish looking at where this is. So let's just take a look at what all we would need for this. Firefly torch is going to need the flow stabilized Z-pinch fusion reactor, which is going to need the Z-pinch fusion reactor, which is going to need the Triton pulse drive. And this was going to need the Z-pinch reactor. Z-pinch techniques. Okay, so to get this, we're gonna need... It looks like we have all of the science techs we're gonna need, but the engineering techs, if I can break it down into science being the ones, the global research ones, and the engineering ones being the faction research ones. The only one we're missing to get what we want, the only things we are missing to get what we want, is the normal magnetic nozzle stuff, Z-pinch techniques, and that's it, right? Once we have nozzles, we'll have everything else except for Z-pinch techniques. Okay, good. So, yeah, once we have the Z-pinch techniques and magnetic nozzles, we are on our way. I mean, it's an expensive way, but it is still on our way to getting Firefly Torch. Now, the Firefly Torch is really good. I mean, it's the most efficient in terms of distance. I already covered this, but... So I think that's the method we're going to go with, because I don't know how long this game is going to last. And I feel like we need to just beeline towards something very good, like good enough. Not the perfect. It would be nice to get the protium converter torch, but that is like probably 500,000 research points away from us, and that's, I don't know if we're going to make it that long. I mean, we might have killed the aliens before then. I mean, especially we might have killed the aliens if we just hadn't gone towards that engine. So that's the plan. Alright, well, we did very quickly unlock that, which means we can jump right to the next one, which is the... I don't want to get it wrong. No, we don't need to go to Z-pinch yet. Yeah, magnetic confinement. Yes, magnetic plasma confinement. Okay, so we will do this. Now it's off we go. Okay, another tech. Let's just figure out what we're going to do next for our space future. Well, actually, a lot of these things have already been kind of picked out. So we don't have a whole lot of choice. Wow. We do have a choice, though. I don't really think mission... Yeah, I mean, this one's not... It just doesn't lead anywhere. It doesn't lead anywhere good. We have integrated Earth space economy, which is... yeah, that's good. Arrival governance is good. Independence movement's not. And space tourism, not. So I guess it comes down to arrival governance and integrated Earth space economy. Let's just take a look at which one of those we want to do. This increases economy, increases welfare. Welfare does a better job of removing pollutants, but we don't really have a totally polluted world. So that may not be super important for us. This turns into interplanetary polities. If that's how you say that word, by the way. I don't know. Polities, right? Like, entities? Integrated resource market. This leads to Accelerando, which is, I think, good. I kind of like this one better. It also leads to fleet logistics, which I don't know if that is going to be super important. Repair, bay, independent commands. Does seem important. Let's go with the integrated Earth space economy. Better economy, the welfare improves, arrival governance, global ambition. Okay, so let me just step away and view what these actually are. Pull them up. That's right, I remember why I don't like arrival governance, because it leads to these things which people can basically just ruin your investment. So, all nations' investment in military, build army, and build navy are reduced by minus 10%. So you lose 10% of your bonus. It's a negative bonus. Otherwise sometimes known as a malus. And that's it actually can be, so I'm not sure. I've never played far enough to see either of these texts ever researched, but it may be actually a good sync for like for the servants. You may actually get the servants stuck doing this thing and not doing tech which would actually they would ever complete or would be meaningful. So I don't know, in theory it could be a good like bait to dangle in front of people that they would just get stuck never completing. I don't think it's worth it though, and really much more worthwhile for us for sure is going to be something which we can take advantage of, which is this one. So, integrated Earth space economy, go. Alright, finished alien red teaming. So we have -2 on Enthrall and -2 on Terrorize, or -3 on Terrorize. We can pick another research one. By the way, just let me know, is there any... So we have... There's another one. What the hell? Anyway, I thought that there was a economy one that was partially done or something. Ah, yeah, it's already being... Oh, that's weird. Okay, anyway, Salamander Interrogation is this -3. And our Alien Assault, that would be nice, I think. -0 inductions, well, that would also be helpful. These are both good. And this is the least interesting of the ones that, I think. This is just -3 penalty to terrorize. We get that plus the bonus. So let's do that. Ah, well, I accidentally closed the screen. I think I closed it at least. But, okay, this is also cool. Elite Marine Assault. I'm almost surely going to get this. But I just finished, if I can go to Archives real fast. Where is it? There it is. Industrial Atomic Assemblers, so national investment points in economy, plus 5%. That's good because we don't have that. Actually, I don't know how many points we have in the economy already. It's probably worth going and taking a look in a moment. Now, when I had the last global research, I was actually considering switching over to material science. But there's a lot of good material science stuff we can do still left in the engineering categories. So we also unlocked cobalt dust radiators. These are pretty heavy, but extremely invulnerable. I mean, they're not entirely invulnerable, but, you know, very low combat damage. That's always good. So compare that with the nanotube filament. This is your medium and not that much lighter, but, you know, definitely lighter. So, I don't know. Eventually we'll get all these going, I'm sure. Army repair rate would be fantastic. We probably are going to have some action in the near future. By the way, I don't know, I didn't mention this, and I should have mentioned it a long time ago. The reason why Bolivia can't declare war on anybody is they don't have an army. You can't intentionally suicide yourself. But that's fine. That's why I'm starting to make grounds into Argentina. Eventually, Ecuador is also just servants, so I decided to start getting a leg up there. But eventually we will take over Argentina and use their army to declare war on Bolivia. Bolivia is actually allied. Get the Argentinians onto our side. Hopefully we'll retain their army and be able to declare war on other places a lot more easily. Doesn't solve the research problem. It's just really hard not to do this. Yeah, I guess that's what we were talking about, though. I mean, damage control, conduct repairs faster, that's... I'm actually not sure how important that is. When we get to the point where we have enough ships that we're fighting and all that, we might already be, like, ahead of the game, you know? I'm not sure if we're going to need that, but... Do we need more Navy? I also don't really think so. Do we have military tech going on right now? We don't. So this actually is split between material science and the other one. Now, we don't have any other global researches coming up anytime soon, so let me just do the rapid repairing one. It makes more sense to me. Get this one, finish it. June 19, yeah, it'll finish before any of the other ones, way before any of the other ones. November 3rd of this year is the closest. Oh no, September of this year is the closest one coming up. So we'll be able to finish this one and probably even one more. And that one's always going to go back to energy, so then we have even more time for material science. I don't know. Figure it out. Ooh, Nelly. This is, I don't know if it's that difficult of a pick, but it's a difficult one. I mean, okay, it's not trivial. Got a science tour event, which is a great event. The best event. It's the greatest event. So we can do our scientists work better for research. 3,000 research, that's not nothing. It's about a third of our monthly income, so not like an incredible amount, but, you know, helpful. We can't do one which would give us stuff we wouldn't want to get anyway. So that's just fine. It would just give us a ton of influence. We're swimming in influence. We're drowning in it, for crying out loud. We could do invite and particle physicists, and this would give us antimatter. Well, that's a substantial amount. Or we can do what we're going to do, which is 5% more mining and 5% faster ships, we still get 500 science, but we do have to pay 10,000 money. Gonna do it.
We've moved the...
Okay, so medium IR arc laser batteries is done. We're just gonna keep going down the IR laser whatever shenanigans. I think that they are useful enough. Batteries, heavy, okay. So we won't be able to put this on anything yet because we don't have tier 3 defensive station modules, but I think it's worthwhile to have. It means that I can kind of stave off the research on the next whatever is after IR arc as far as defenses go. But yeah, this is good, so let's get those and move on. Finished cobalt dust radiators, but I actually don't know what we're going to go with next, so I'm going to step away and figure it out. Well, it's safe enough to get improved DCM, so we'll just do that for now. End of June, and our second ship is now out there. I think this is our second ship at least. And we can have them merge up. I'll probably just have them merge up with our other one, so we can keep these guys together. There they are. The Kunitomo. And the Lancehead? Your name isn't Lancehead, is it? Is it? Huh, it is FF Lancehead. Alright, well, we might need to rename that one, but that's fine. We'll get these two to merge into one fleet, because I do actually want them... Gotta start assembling our power fleet. Okay, now we have heavy IR arc laser batteries. Note that I'm using these... I'm targeting this research specifically because it'll be on my defensive platforms, but you can use these on your ship. I don't know if we really have the... I wonder if we... Yeah, I think we could be using these. I don't think I'm going to switch over yet, but it's a possibility. I really want to see how our missile ships fare, because I think this combination of lots of missiles and then nukes, in my head it works. In theory, it works well. Let's see what happens in practice, though, before we switch over to lasers. Yeah, I forgot to mention what we're going to do next. I'm going to pick up the Elite Marine Assault Unit. I know that it's possible we may want to use some assaulting groups instead of using all weapons, so let's at least have that in our back pocket. Okay, improved DCM, man, these things are just flying along. 10th of July now. Let's go over and start picking up the automated things. I think in particular I may want the automated platform mining outpost. I don't know if... Okay, let me try to figure out what the benefits and negatives of this are. The benefits is that there are no drains on water and volatiles from people because you have 0 crew, but the downside is what? An extra... An extra like cost to mission control? Is it usually -2? I don't... Well, anyway, we'll do these anyways because I think in theory they might be useful. Gosh, I don't know if they will be. Give me a sec. Yeah, so I was able to look up the old platform core. This might have been given to us before we even started the game. Anyway, we can see here that it's only -1 for this, but it does cost some money, some water, some volatiles. So the new ones you can, if you so want, exchange the money, water, and volatiles for, paying extra mission control. Do you also, I wonder, end up paying a little bit more power? Not for the platform core. So I don't know if that's that's probably going the wrong way. We actually have the materials and we don't want to expend more mission control points. So let's skip that one for now. Because this one also is good. I mean, it's terrible from a perspective of control point effectiveness, efficiency. This is 3-to-1, 3,000 to 1, I should say. 3,000 points for every 1 point of control points. And again, we have this nice... Oh, it's down in here. We have this other... Here it is. Management research, which gives us the ratio we can expect, which should be 1.5 to 1. The only benefit of this one, obviously, main benefit, is that it does give you the 1% repair rate per day. we'd be getting up to like 3 or 4%. I mean, our armies are going to repair very quickly. And it's not like you don't want the extra 10. Still, man, it's very hard. Okay, let's do this one instead. This is like more generally beneficial. So, there we go. Okay, Elite Marine Assault Units. Man, these things are just going by so quickly. What do we want next? Starting to get to the point where I'm not sure what to even do with these. Maybe we'll get the railgun stuff, since this also ends up on stations, and I don't know, don't you need 2 different types? Can't you? I mean, I think you need 2 different types to put on the station. We'll get them anyway. Beginning of August, and predictive abduction modeling is done, so let me get a new one. Huh, we're really down to our last few research categories. I think I'll choose this salamander autopsy first. You know what? No, I wanna limit enthralling first. Let's do that. Okay, this is actually the 3rd railgun tech that I've picked up in your absence. Oh, yeah, we also picked up magnetic plasma confinement. That's even more important. What I wanted to say first before we get our global tech is that we've gone through, God, this every time. We've gone through all of the rail guns, and we have now left with rail cannons, if we want. But it just so happens that this is a very fortuitous timing, because we've been really focusing on energy, the energy category. There sure is a lot more to do there as well. However, if we want to get moving on, the things we want magnetic nozzles. And this is now the material science side of things. It's also a good time for us to switch over to that because we just finished material science stuff on the bottom. We didn't go back into it. I think this is the one that replaced the material science thing. But you remember we were doing all those things, and I actually think we might have picked up a new material science one. Was ECM material science, or is it? No, that one's, yeah, never mind. That's information science. So we're pretty bare on things we need to do in the material science category. Not that we have a whole lot we want to do on the energy category. Really, I guess the thing is, we have things we want to do on both energy and material science in the global research. So this designer life forms, you can bet your bottom dollar that whatever I don't pick in this one is going to be what I pick. And you know what? We'll just, because I love the tech tree, and again, how can you not really love this tech tree? It's just huge. Let's go back to the super tech tree just so we can see what's going on. And I'm just gonna, Firefly isn't actually the one that I want to look at right now, but this will suffice for, I right click on this, it should show me what I'm interested in. Okay, yeah, so this is perfect. We just finished magnetic plasma confinement, and that's energy. And, oh, okay, magnetic nozzles is also energy. I thought that there was one, I didn't realize that was energy. I'm just silly. I thought that this was, where, isn't there something? Okay, so for Firefly Torch, we don't have any more. We don't have any more. I don't want to actually do Firefly Torch. What I want to do is maybe pick up, let's just focus on, probably let's focus on magnetic nozzles. Let me go back over here. There's always one point in the these Terra Invicta videos where I bog down, and this is just going to be that point. Okay, magnetic nozzles is not what I wanted to do. Although this does show us the protium converter torch, which is, we could just do protium converter torch. It will be in the path towards it. So let me get this, right click, and oh, okay, this is it. Deuterium helium-3. That's the one I wanted to, so let's look up this whole game. Alright, this is the one I wanted. Perfect, okay, good. So this shows us all the drives that I'm considering getting right now. Right now, we could go in, I mean, we're going to get this. This is also energy. And this is why I would love if there was a material science thing I could do in parallel the fact that this magnetic nozzles is also energy is just really unfortunate. It also makes a lot of sense that it's that way, but it means I won't be able to... Well, you know, if I want to do my perfect min-max, not splitting my bonus, then I won't do both at the same time. You could argue this is the right time to actually split the bonus and do both at the same time. But, okay, from deuterium, helium-3 fusion, we have the Zeta Helion drive. Now, this is a really good one. It also explains, of course, why it's the most expensive of the drives, which are immediately unlocked from deuterium fusion. And if we don't want to do that, we could wait a little bit longer. I mean, you can see that this one has, if we look down here at the thrust and at the delta V, we see 330,000, so 330 kilonewtons. And this is pretty good. I think that you want, in my opinion, you want as close to 1 million, so a meganewton, as possible. This is not quite there, but it's pretty close. In terms of on like a log scale, log 10 scale, this is pretty close. So it's getting there. So that's 0.3, we could say, meganewtons. And you can see the ratings 9.4, and the exhaust velocity on all of these fusion ones is going to be very, very good. Probably none of them this is why Zeta Helion is a very good candidate. Just take a look, for example, at if we were to do Helion Taurus instead. I'm not even sure which one of these two is better, but if we just pick up this one, look at 18,000 and 347. 18,347. It just murders it. Zeta Helion, so much better. And then there's Helion Reflex Drive. Also, so this one's a little bit better. 26,000 versus 330,000 is 10 times better. And then 313 versus 3.5. It's 10 times better again. So 100 times better if you want to just multiply both benefits together. Yeah, so this is obviously Zeta Helion. Part of the reason is this has other things that needed to unlock, which we've already unlocked. I think that's the case. We already did another precursor for this one, otherwise wouldn't make sense for all these to be in the same one. Now, another thing we could do, though, is push on to proton boron, and that will lead us to the Zeta boron. And this is just slightly better. You can see instead of 330, it's 680. And for the first time now, so instead of, 3.5, this one is 1.3. So it's basically double the thrust and about half, not quite a third, of the exhaust velocity. Delta V for anything over 1K, I feel like you're not too disappointed. You're pretty happy with anything over 1K. Obviously more is better, but we probably don't need to be going to Saturn and all that. So we don't really, it's just going to allow us to diminish the number of fuel tanks we're going to need to put on our ship designs. Now I think that this is a less desirable option. One, because it's also, just because it's 5,000 extra research. But two, it also involves going through proton boron. So if we're going to get something for the intermediate time zone, this makes a lot more sense to do Zeta Helion. So I think we'll probably end up going with this as our next step drive for our medium tier ships, which won't be missile anymore. Obviously, we'll be doing something else at that point. I don't know what, but, probably something laserish. And then we'll probably try to make a final jump to proteon converter. God help us if we're actually still even playing that long, but, we'll just make our way down that path because I think at this point, military research and this are just going to be like the two desirable paths to pursue. Definitely military stuff is going to be high priority since basically now we're at the point where we need to start really developing our military. Okay, so that's that. Now going back to what we're actually going to do, sadly, it looks like I must have thought it was advanced hydrogen containment or something. I obviously got my wires swapped. Oh no, superconducting magnetic. No, I don't need that? Yeah, what the hell, I do need that for magnetic nozzles. I do need it. And we definitely need magnetic nozzles. So what is going on here? Superconducting magnets. For magnetic nozzles, right? Then what was I saying? Oh, that's for deuterium helium-3. Yeah, so we're exactly on pace to do exactly what I thought. Okay, good. So we'll start superconducting magnets, and then we'll do the deuterium helium-3. And magnetic nozzles, just to be clear, is energy. Okay. then definitely what we want to do is start deuterium helium-3 first. And then we'll get to the superconducting magnets leading to the magnetic nozzles. Okay, so we'll do this. We'll do it this way. I think that makes sense. Okay, very good. Right, I did forget to pick up my engineering tech. I think we're just going to finish off the rail cannon stuff. There's interesting energy research to be done. There's nothing really left in material science that I really want. So, the only other categories we already have research going on in. Like, I could try to parallelize the research in the automated stuff. But, yeah, I think for now we'll just go through, get the rail cannons in case we want some nose-mounted rail cannon stuff. So, we'll do that. Right, of course. Yeah, light railgun battery Mark II has opened up. So I'm going to pursue these light railgun battery Mark II, medium railgun battery Mark II. I'll be pursuing all of these in the advanced ones, just in case I don't come in every time those techs are finished. I'll just come in at some point and summarize how far we've gotten. Okay, cool. So we're opening up new projects now for Fusion, which is great because we had that tech and now we unlocked the other tech, which is, both were needed for these projects. So this is good news. And that was the other thing I was going to mention is that we're still making progress down the military line. We're getting deeper and deeper down the railgun progression tree. I'm just going to keep marching down that, but I love to see what we're starting to get. Okay, Fusion Tokamak 1's not really that good, but Mirror Fusion Reactor 1 is decent, and it's not that hard to get up to Mirror Cell Fusion Reactor 2, 3. I think we could unlock 3 if we started going down to this, and 3 is like already very good. I mean, very efficient. I think it's a terawatt, and this is down to like close to 1 ton per gigawatt. You're getting some really good stuff from Fusion. There's a them and there's an us. Let you read that if you really want to. Probably pause. But we got better welfare stuff, which is good that we're pairing that with our plus 5% boost to welfare coming up from one of the engineering techs. And this one is no surprises here, going to go to superconducting magnets to eventually get to magnetic nozzles. Yeah, just no surprises. We're going to do that straight away. Cool. More techs becoming available for us. This is the first. I just clicked to take me there for 2 of them already. This is the first one. I don't know if I've ever seen this one, or certainly don't remember seeing this one. Ferricide Decon Operations. It's not like a game changer, it's more the same, right? Minus to the enthrall stuff. But yeah, let's see if I can remember what the other... Yeah, okay, one of them was this, ecological stabilization programs, and then one of them was fuel cells, which would be here. It's shocking that Fuel Cell 3. It only costs 350 research to do. It's obviously a no-brainer to pick that up ASAP. Wait, do we need fuel cells? No. Yeah, okay, good, yeah. Alright, middle September. Moving along here. We got targeted community support, better welfare. Welfare is fun. It's funny, I only have 1 pip. Even across 6 control points, I only have 1 pip in welfare for both the United States and for the EU. Because I'm actually getting too low of inequality, and it's leading, it can lead. It has led to, and where am I at, like 10 hegemony? Which doesn't make sense even, I don't even know why. Is it Mexico? I don't remember. But there's some place where it's like I need more inequality. Anyway, okay, so we're going down, and we just finished one of these, Advanced ECM module. Extremely desirable. Doesn't have to be next, though. We're not planning to build a new line of ships yet. We're still building the old line. I think we're getting close to finishing, by the way. We have maybe about a month left for one of the nukes, for the last ship before the nuke ships are being built. So we just have one more monitor, I think they are getting built. Anyway, I don't... No. One more frigate before the monitors. The monitors are the nuke ones, I think, right? I forgot which classification which ship is, but... you get the point. The nukes haven't been built yet. Those are getting built next. Yeah, we'll do this advanced ECM just because it'll stave off my having to make a decision. I'm looking around anyway. This is what... Oh yeah, that's right. Unlock this. I mean, we could keep going down that path. I think we've looked at all the other ones. This is nice, cheap. It'll be easy just to do it. Well, I closed it a little prematurely, but we just finished advanced light railgun batteries. Getting pretty far down this tree. I mean, these are actually meaningful weapons at this point. These railguns are... I mean, I think it's a good complement to having the IR lasers. And we'll do the same with the improved heavy railgun batteries. Keep pushing down this category. I thought there was even one more. Maybe I've already done it. I haven't really done... Oh yeah, there it is. Advanced railgun. So we do this one, then we go to advanced. Yeah, good stuff. I mean, I love just moving down these, unlocking new options for our ships. Well, just checking in on our people here. It's the beginning of October. We have 4 of our frigates out now. So we actually have a combat value of 435. This is pretty reasonable. You can see that the base scoutish type alien vessels, 150. We would easily defeat one of these in a battle. I mean, that's not a surprise. We could have done this a long time ago. I'm still targeting that mothership. I think it'd be completely unnecessary, but very cool if the very first ship we bring down is an alien mothership. Probably it's not even like a good idea, but that's just the way I want to do it. I thought this day would never come, but we're pretty much out of xenology research now. Oh, that's right, we did unlock this new Ferrocite decon operations, which is pretty expensive and doesn't give a lot for what it's costing us. The question, I guess, is whether or not we have something better to do. The outstanding tech categories are space science, xeno, and what's the last one I'm missing? I don't know, that one energy? No, definitely not. There's space science, xeno, and life. Okay, yeah, there's basically nothing in at least in life. Life is pointless. We have... Oh, well, that actually could be done. Welfare priority plus 5%. Yeah, because, I mean, this is pretty mediocre. We're almost at the point where we're just going to start killing aliens. Eventually, we're just going to go full war mode with them. I think we're past the year when that can happen, which is scary. So I really should be getting more defenses and all that up. At least we are working on military right now, very consistently. Space science, I don't think there's anything space science that we want. Unfortunately, none of the good stuff has been unlocked yet, but that's okay. That's kind of the bigger plan, is to get to that stuff a little bit later on. Yeah, okay, so I think between the different options, the head and shoulders favorite, in my opinion, is it's pretty expensive, but let's just get better welfare stuff. And I've been talking about this, how we don't need... By the way, I did survive an energy crisis. I mean, not that it's that big of a deal, but it does reduce your GDP. Our GDP does not get that reduced. I had spent a bunch of, maybe like 9,000 volatiles in order to mitigate the effect of it, which only reduces it from 100% strength deduction, whatever 100% is, to 75%, so just 3/4 of the nominal effect. It's not a lot of decrease for spending like 9,000 hydrocarbons, in my opinion, but that was just the way it was. This is the funny one to me. I have welfare completely turned off. It might be because we have spoils. What the hell are the spoils? I don't think I did that. That's not what I wanted to do. Why did I have spoils going on? Maybe we needed money. Let's see. What were we getting? Only 50. No, that was a mistake. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure I conquered this one or took it back or something. Why did I have it on spoils? Let's put it on funding. And maybe on... Jeez, man. Hegemonic. I don't know why. We have look at the inequality just soaring. I don't know, but we'll just try that. I haven't really been paying attention that closely to all these things. The US and EU are both like really high in terms of education, and also both perfectly at diverse. So they're, firing on all cylinders as far as research goes. Yeah. China, I haven't checked on China lately. Let's see how they're doing. Actually getting a little bit of unrest, which is not too surprising. The authoritarian government is protecting itself. Very fragmented. I've put up unity, but apparently not enough. Keep driving that up. I mean, I'll just have to pour a ton into it. And how in the world, somebody must be messing with this, because how with all this welfare is inequality going up? I mean, that's a pretty sizable investment into welfare. I guess what we'll do is we'll just decrease military research a little bit more in order to up welfare a bit more. Yeah, this is China's gonna be a tough one to write, but once we get it going, I think we'll be pretty happy. We just unlocked, we just finished tech and the advanced railguns, and also got this one. And it's always nice to see an appearance of the Chancellor of our own academy. Yeah, so this is good. It's superconducting magnets. That means material science is unfortunately back off. I don't think we need to do hydrogen containment. Do we? I might need to step away to figure out what we'll want to do next, since pretty much everything we're trying to do right now is energy focused. But yeah, we did. So this military one might be... Well, you know what? Let me leave this one open. We might want to switch over to a military tech here, since... Okay, improved shipbuilding techniques could probably be picked up for bigger ships eventually. Yeah, I need to think about this for sure. Any other initial thoughts? Probably not life science. Yeah, I mean, we could go down the coil guns or something. I don't know. I'm not sure which path we're going to want to pursue here. So I'll have to just look at it. Okay, I think it was actually very fortuitous that we unlocked military tech at the same time that we finished our material science one, because I think I am going to switch over to coil guns here. What is going on in Tortuga's brain? I mean, I should have mentioned I was saying something about, like, oh, do we need the batteries? We do. Like those fuel cells, you need those with the batteries. So I should explain things, right? That's what I'm here to do. I have been in my head thinking we'll be going towards phased array lasers, and we already see that that's, arc lasers leads to that. So I moved in that direction. I don't think I considered this. Because it's energy, obviously, this is actually going to interfere with our research down energy-related paths for, like, the drives and all that. So now I'm thinking to we'll switch things up. We'll go coil guns into plasma weapons. Plasma's very good. It's very good. It can be intercepted, but it's pretty hard. I mean, the point defense you need for the intercepting the plasma weapons is pretty intense. It gives us a fighting chance. I mean, I'm not going to say that plasma is... it's not like your... antimatter, obviously, weapons are like... Yeah, those are pretty kick-ass. But I think plasma's, like, endgame material. Like, you can be victorious with plasma weapons. So we're going to go with that. We're actually going to switch over to coil guns now, which means I probably don't need to be doing all the... I was doing a lot of research on this advanced heavy railguns and all this. We actually managed to get in almost all the research except for this. Basically, this is the only one we didn't get, was the advanced heavy railguns. So we got the advanced, etc., all of them, the medium and light railguns. We got those. And those are going to be already automatically updated onto our stations. Which is, yeah, that's great. So what are we going to do here now? Because now we don't have military, but we have material science. We don't really have anything material science related to do. Oh, well, we can pick up fuel cells, which is the one that I said, and that'll buy me 1 day of time before we have to... And this video is actually starting to get it long enough that it's I think it's ready for me to go into editing and ship it. What else? I mean, there certainly is a lot of military tech you could end up picking up. We may just... Oh... Okay, we have not done the final Xeno stuff. Okay, so good. We'll do the fuel cells, but then we'll probably just jump back to the Xenos. I think we'll end up doing maybe something like this. We want to focus our research mostly on the global stuff right now. I mean, we're limited by... We don't want to do more military research engineering-wise until we get coil guns from a physics standpoint or science standpoint. And probably the same thing would be even true of advanced ECM. I mean, we just don't need it that quickly because eventually we're going to run out of projects even for information science. Although we do have a fair number of those, so I take it back. This is a good configuration for us, I think. 232 on the top, 211 on the bottom. Obviously very strongly focused on science, but we'll switch back to engineering as soon as we get like the mission critical techs unlocked. Cool, well we unlocked maglib trains, which means that as soon as we finish fuel cells, we'll just jump right into that. I don't even know how expensive it is. Economy contraction. Oh. Well, that's kind of a good thing. This must be due to the energy crisis stuff going on. Or is it because of the hegemony? The 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 for cohesion. Which, some people, that's a good thing. Maybe it's the GDP stuff. Anyways, fuel cells, what we're doing. Maglev train 20,000. Yeah, we'll just jump right into that. Let's go over and take a look at why Mexico has faded. We were at 30,000 here. We're still at 30,000. We are doing the economy. Well, I mean, it's not that I totally mind. I have to say I'm very confused why this is. Is it happening in Bolivia? Yeah. It's happening in all the places. It's happening... Oh boy. That's quite bad. It's just not happening in the US. Why is it? I've been mostly focused on, oh my god, what's the economy looking like in the US? But it doesn't matter. So this energy crisis, I'm assuming this is energy crisis related. It is having a big impact. And I should have just been looking at other places besides the US, which is, what's the one I'm most fearful of, since it's the building block, the foundation of the academy was on the US. Oh wow, look at that. That's really bad inequality too. What the heck is going on? We must be being subjected to some alien, or maybe this is just the random event stuff. I don't know. Alright, well I'll have to mope around. I think I will call this video to a close here, so it means unfortunately we didn't get to the space combat. I can dangle it. I mean, I've been dangling it for probably like 3 episodes now, but truly space combat in the next episode. No, I'm not sure that's true, but it feels like it has to happen, right? We have all 5 of our frigates that we wanted to have finished. So these are considered monitors. So that means the monitors are finished. Why is it abbreviated FF then? The other ones are escorts. Okay, so we have frigates and we have escorts. Great. So the monitors are done. We only have 2 of the nuke ships are left. Our total combat strength should be around... I'm going to say around 700 when we're finished. 540 right now. Should be around 700 when we're finished. And I think that means the aliens will still give us battle. Not these guys. This is... Oh, this is a battlecruiser. I mean, those guys potentially could too. I mean, we should be able to beat those guys. We need enough to get there and to get back. I mean, not really. We just need to win one fight, technically. But here they are. Yeah. So there's the mothership. The Dreadnought and the mothership. Combined force of 1.1. I still think that we can do it. I think we can take those guys out. At least the mothership. I mean, the Dreadnought would probably be easier to take out, but I want to take out the mothership. Really send a message to them. We'll see. So potentially next episode. I think we don't really have anything else to do. So until the next one, thanks for watching, stay safe, and take care.